Well, not even as my man saying. So what I'm gonna say is something's woke them man up there. I think one of the things with Spray is when he got stabbed up at the GRM Awards or GRM Daily Awards or whatever, yeah. And then he said he went through his mental health and this and that, and he's going mad ranting on fucking Twitter and that from his fucking after coming out of intensive care in his hospital bed, and he's making tune after tune of and then he's he's lost that, like he's lost, like he could, I guess in his mind he could see people's true colours because kind of lines were drawn because of who it was done by, and even the way it was done. Like, it's supposed to be like gigs and that. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be gigs and that, allegedly. And it was all to do with Drake, because I think Drake was there and they're showing off in front of Drake. That's his version. That's his version. Do you know what I mean? It's not the official version. Do you know what I mean? It's two sides to every story, and obviously them man aren't saying a word. But that's just get you up to speed. So I think from there, and then like losing out on certain people, not being able to trust certain people, because it was such a big person in the game that it's allegedly associated with, he has, he don't know who he can trust. So I don't think he expected it when he speaks about it himself on his own podcast, on this on RTM podcast, on his RTM Records channel. So its lines are drawn, and I've been in a similar situation myself, and so I think like his friendship group dwindling down, or not even dwindling down. The people them are still there, but he's not reaching out to them and he's looking at them in a different light. So sometimes it takes certain situations to look at things in a different light. Once again, I've been in a situation like that myself. And he, I think he started reaching out of town more. He's had bare out of town links because he's done like jail and that, like up and down the country. So he's met bare out of towners and that. And then he's like, I don't know. And he's linked up with Cream somehow, and Cream to do the podcast. And then obviously this is more of a cause for, I think this is probably the most successful he's been in terms of like commercial. Possibly. I don't know. But I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is something that's opened his mind. I think he's spoken about thinking skills before. So I think he's done thinking skills courses in prison, I'm assuming, or maybe probation. Where would you do it anywhere else? I don't know where you do it anywhere else. So I think that's benefiting him to a degree. Obviously, it's very light. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't work for me. Like, I did Resolve. So it's like thinking skills, Resolve, and then there's another one, STP or something. But I don't want to get that confused with the sixth one. That might be SOTP. STP. Anyway, there's three anyway. And I think things like 6 weeks or 2 weeks, 2 weeks or 6 weeks or something, the thinking skills one, and then Resolve's about 10 weeks or 12 weeks, and then STP or whatever is the higher one is like a 6 month thing. Or self-change, it's SCP, self-change program. And them man seemed to be in a bit more of a different level. It was mad, like seeing them, there was a bit like just different level. But I can see now, obviously doing the therapy myself, like how fucking hell, I forgot about them. Because I did Resolve in Loudham Grange, and I seen his SCP man in Loudham Grange, and they would have seemed to be like a different level. Like, I'm still me. I did Resolve. I didn't know what they were talking about, helicopter programming or whatever, and technique and looking down. And I'm thinking, if I walked into a bar, I ain't like transporting my mind to look down on the situation. If a man's getting, then it's going off. That's it. Do you know what I mean? I can only assume it's gonna go off. So someone's got to set it. Do you know what I mean? Like,